What if the tools you rely on, the very gear you've carefully selected for your family's survival, became illegal tomorrow? It's a chilling thought, but not as far-fetched as it sounds. In a world of increasing regulations and shifting political landscapes, the items we consider essential for emergency preparedness could easily land on a list of banned gear. Governments, under the guise of public safety or control, have a long history of restricting access to tools that promote self-sufficiency. From firearms to communication devices, the things that empower individuals to be independent are often the first to be targeted. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about being a realist. We're on the brink of significant societal shifts, and the window to prepare for an off-grid survival scenario or a potential economic collapse is closing. Today, we're not just talking about must-have gear. We're talking about the prepper tools you need to secure now, before they're regulated out of existence. These are the 7 survival items that could be banned, the essential gadgets you'll wish you had when the shelves are empty and the laws have changed. First on our list is something that seems innocuous but is powerful enough to draw unwanted attention: high-powered laser pointers. A standard laser pointer is a simple presentation tool, but we're talking about the high milliwatt, beam visible for miles kind. These aren't toys. In a survival situation, their function is invaluable. A powerful laser can be used as a long-distance signaling device, far more effective than a mirror or a flashlight, capable of cutting through fog and darkness to pinpoint your location for rescue teams. In a more dire scenario, it can serve as a non-lethal deterrent, temporarily disorienting a potential threat from a safe distance. The reason these are a prime target for a ban is already in motion. Their potential to interfere with aircraft has led to strict regulations in many countries, with severe penalties for misuse. It's a small step from regulating their use to banning their sale to the general public entirely. Imagine a world where your ability to signal for help is limited to a shout. A high-powered laser is a compact, lightweight, and long-range signaling tool that belongs in every bug-out bag, but its availability is far from guaranteed. Get one while you still can. The next item on our list moves from signaling to sustenance. And it's a tool that has been a cornerstone of self-reliance for centuries: high-quality firearm cleaning and maintenance kits. While the debate over firearms themselves rages on, a more subtle attack on gun ownership is to choke off the supply of maintenance materials. Without the proper solvents, lubricants, brushes, and rods, a firearm, no matter how well made, will eventually become a useless piece of metal. A proper cleaning kit ensures reliability, accuracy, and longevity for your primary means of defense and hunting. Regulators know this. By classifying cleaning solvents as hazardous materials or restricting the sale of gunsmithing tools to licensed professionals, they can effectively disarm a population without ever touching the firearms themselves. We're already seeing this with restrictions on certain chemical compounds. It's a backdoor method of control. Stockpiling these kits isn't just about keeping your tools in working order. It's about preserving your ability to defend yourself and provide for your family in a long-term crisis. Don't wait for these essential prepper tools to be reclassified as a controlled substance. Now, let's turn our attention from defense to information. Our third item is one of the most critical pieces of survival tech in the modern age: advanced shortwave radio receivers. In a grid-down scenario or a state-imposed information blackout, the internet will be gone, cell towers will be silent, and mainstream media will be either offline or broadcasting pure propaganda. A shortwave radio is your lifeline to the outside world. It allows you to monitor international broadcasts, listen in on communications from other preppers or resistance groups, and gather real-time intelligence that could be a matter of life or death. But this unrestricted access to information is exactly why it's a target. Authoritarian regimes always seek to control the flow of information first. It's not hard to envision a future where the sale of radios capable of receiving a wide spectrum of frequencies is heavily restricted or requires a license that is impossible for the average citizen to obtain. They might be labeled as tools for espionage. Having a quality wideband shortwave receiver and knowing how to use it means you can never be truly cut off. It is an essential gadget for navigating the fog of war during an economic collapse or societal breakdown. The fourth item on our list is a fundamental tool for health and sanitation, yet it's something we take for granted every single day: bulk antibiotics and medical supplies. We're talking about broad-spectrum antibiotics like amoxicillin and doxycycline, as well as trauma supplies like tourniquets, chest seals, and clotting agents. In a collapse, a simple infection could be a death sentence, and a minor injury could become catastrophic. The reason these items are on the shaky ground is obvious: prescription laws. You already need a doctor's permission to get most potent antibiotics. In a large-scale emergency, the government could easily use public health emergency acts to seize and control the distribution of all medical supplies, directing them to official channels and leaving individuals to fend for themselves. They'll say it's to prevent hoarding and misuse, but in reality it makes you entirely dependent on a system that is likely to be overwhelmed or compromised. Sourcing these items now, whether through veterinary equivalents, online pharmacies in other countries, or by talking to a sympathetic doctor, is a crucial step in your emergency preparedness. When the pharmacies are looted and hospitals are overrun, your personal medical kit will be more valuable than gold. From medicine, we move to a different kind of power. The fifth item is a tool that represents true independence: high efficiency, portable solar panels and power stations. The ability to generate your own electricity, quietly and without the need for fuel, is a game changer for off-grid survival. It allows you to power communication devices, run medical equipment, keep freezers cold, and maintain a semblance of normalcy. This very independence is what makes it a threat to a centralized power structure. Imagine a scenario where energy is rationed, or where the grid is used as a tool for control, with rolling blackouts for non-compliant neighborhoods. Governments could easily slap environmental tariffs or safety regulations on the import and sale of solar equipment, making it prohibitively expensive or outright illegal for individual use. They might claim it's to protect the integrity of the national grid. By securing a robust solar setup now, panels, a reliable power station with a lithium-ion battery, and all the necessary cables, you are buying energy freedom. You are ensuring that when they flip the switch, your lights stay on. The sixth item on our list is one that many preppers overlook, but its utility in both urban and rural survival is unmatched: lockpicking and bypass toolsets. This isn't about breaking the law, it's about having access when you are legally and morally entitled to it. In a bug-out situation, you might need to gain access to a locked room in an abandoned building for shelter, scavenge for supplies in a derelict structure, or even get back into your own home if you've lost your keys. These tools teach a valuable skill: understanding the mechanics of security. However, in the eyes of the law, these tools are often categorized as burglars' tools, and possession can be illegal in many jurisdictions without a locksmith license, especially if there's intent to commit a crime. It's a very short leap for a government in crisis mode to enact a blanket ban on their possession by the general public. Owning a set, and more importantly, learning how to use it ethically, is a critical skill for navigating a collapsed world. It's a key to doors that might otherwise be permanently closed. Finally, we arrive at our seventh and perhaps most controversial item: night vision and thermal optics. The ability to see in the dark is a profound tactical advantage. It allows you to detect threats, navigate terrain, and observe your surroundings without giving away your position with a flashlight. Whether you're standing watch over your homestead or evading a threat in a dark urban environment, night vision multiplies your effectiveness and security. This technology, once the exclusive domain of the military, has become more accessible. But that accessibility is precisely the problem for those in power. They do not want the average citizen to possess a capability that levels the playing field with state-sanctioned forces. We are already seeing export restrictions and regulations on the sale of high-end thermal and night vision devices. It is almost certain that in a tightening of control, these items would be one of the first pieces of military-grade gear to be banned for civilian ownership. Acquiring even a basic earlier generation night vision monocular or a thermal scope now is an investment in your personal security that you may not have the chance to make in the future. The writing is on the wall. The tools that empower us to be self-reliant, to communicate freely, to defend ourselves, and to survive without state assistance are the very tools that are most at risk of being regulated, restricted, and ultimately banned. This isn't a call to panic, it's a call to intelligent, forward-thinking action. Each of these 7 items represents a critical capability that you will not be able to easily acquire when a crisis is already unfolding. The time for preparation is now. While these items are still available, while the window of opportunity is still open, don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until you're reading a headline about a new ban, wishing you had acted sooner. Prepare while you still can, because a time is coming when you won't be able to. If you found this information valuable and want to stay ahead of the curve on survival, prepping, and self-reliance, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Stay prepared, stay safe.